The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is Terence Crawford owns a bitter Eddie Hearn on social media. So if you were watching the build up to the Madrimov fight, you saw that there was a back and forth between Eddie Hearn that went viral, and then they played a game of darts in which Terence Crawford beat Eddie Hearn. When Eddie Hearn said that was the one thing he can beat Crawford at, Crawford actually beat him in that. So during the fight, we pointed out how the commentary was disgusting and it overhyped everything that Madrimov did. So Eddie Hearn said it was a robbery basically at the end of the fight. So Terence Crawford took to social media and he posted this. He said, "What's wrong?" at Eddie Hearn. And you see the face of Eddie. So then Eddie said, "Was simply mesmerized with how easy Madrimov hit you with the right hand all night in just his 11th pro fight." So here we have Eddie saying like, "Oh, just his 11th pro fight," but he wasn't saying that before the fight. But after the fight, he's mesmerized at how easy it was for Madrimov to hit Terence Bud Crawford in just his 11th pro fight. And so that escalated to Crawford responding with this right here. Actually, Eddie Hearn responded and said, "I gave you more promotion in 1 week than you've had your whole career. You are welcome. Congratulations on the win, though. Great fighter. At Jerome Boots Ennis, ready to make it 5-1." But that was in response to Crawford saying this: 5-0 against Matchroom. Eddie ain't ish at darts. You better be thanking at Turkey Al Sheik for keeping you and these other clowns in business. At Turkey Al Sheik only cares about what's best for the fighters and fan, not the people who have been destroying the sport. Let the haters hate. Either the fighter loses or leaves you. Appreciate greatness, Eddie. So basically called out how Turkey Al Sheik is keeping Eddie Hearn in business, and he said either Eddie Hearn's fighters lose or they leave him. And he just told Eddie to appreciate greatness. All right. So now we're going to take a look right here at the response. And here's what Eddie said. "Your head's going, Terence. Check my track record. I never seen you this angry. It doesn't suit you." And says, "Thanks for taking the credit for all." This is what Terence said to Eddie Hearn. "Thanks for taking credit for all the hard work at Sheila, at Riyadh season, and at Turkey Al Sheik." And then he said, I don't remember ever seeing a matchroom event like this. Like I said, appreciate greatness. Start promoting your fighters and stop using my name. Safe travels, Edward." So that's what Terence Crawford had to say to Eddie Hearn online, basically pointing out the fact that, like, yo, Eddie, Turkey saving you. I'm 5-0 against your fighters. Like, start promoting your fighters. Your fighters lose or they leave you. Sounds like Crawford's been watching a certain show. But anyways, True Dog Bill, what's your reaction between that exchange between Terence Crawford and Eddie Hearn on social media?
Turkey out of sheet. Turkey out of sheet. See how you got them acting turkey out of sheet. It's a little bit of warranted, but I think it's fun. Honestly, he's telling a little truth there, but I also think it's fun banter between both guys. I know that they like each other. They done have said jokes before with each other and clown around with each other like that. They just throwing little digs and dabs at each other with their little personal relationship. You'll see them together again laughing, and you'll see TC throwing digs at Eddie Hearn in his face soon. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's really no hard malice there. I just think it's, really banter. Of course, Eddie Hearn is going to back his fighter, and support who his fighter is. And, he can't take a loss. So, he had hit him back. But Terence Crawford did make some sense of what he was saying about, Turkey out of sheet and these guys needing his money. That's something that my brother Caden's been saying for a while now about the financial troubles that people was having and people was giving my brother some slack. You know what I'm saying? But it's proven. Even the fighters is coming out saying it. Everybody else is saying it, that these guys was in trouble. And you know, Alex Sheik was bailing them out. You see, TC just co-signed that himself. So apology is in order, but probably won't get it, bro. And the thing with I just think that it's funny between the both guys. I just think it's no real animosity between. It's just fun banter going on between these guys. But Terence Crawford is right. He is right. You know, either Eddie, they leave Eddie. You know, use Eddie for what they can, or they lose. You know, so it's basically maybe Eddie can use that as constructive criticism. You know, and tighten ship up there. You know what I'm saying?
You know, there's a saying: keep your friends close, your enemies even closer. And I think Crawford, during his stint with Top Rank, learned the business and understands, and he works with Turkey Al-Sheikh. So I think where Eddie is sitting around talking, Crawford deals directly with Turkey Al-Sheikh, because we talked about how Crawford had a hard time getting big fights because he wasn't signed to a promotional company, and Matchroom being one of them. Remember, Matchroom wanted to sign Terence Bud Crawford, but then there's an interview of Eddie Hearn saying that Terence Bud Crawford was pricing himself out. He wanted too much money. So there is that. And then you see he puts Madrimov, his fighter, in against Terence Bud Crawford in their 11th fight. Now, this is a fight Crawford wouldn't have been able to get without Turkey Al-Sheikh, because Turkey Al-Sheikh funded this fight and gave Eddie Hearn money, and he has a partnership deal. And so he made an offer that couldn't be refused, and he demanded that fight, right? Otherwise, we wouldn't be seeing this fight. And that's what Terence Bud Crawford is talking about. He's saying Turkey is the one who promoted this fight, when Eddie tried to take credit for it. Like, this is what Eddie does. He tried to take credit for a lot of stuff, but he says, like, I gave you more promotion in a week than you got your entire career. He's like, nah, Turkey put on this event. This is a Turkey event. So let's stop acting like you did all this stuff. I've never seen a Matchroom event like this without Turkey being involved. And that's just big facts. It's Turkey's money that allowed all these things to happen. It's Turkey's money that gave Crawford the shot at Madrimov. And if you listen to DAZN's commentary, it was the most biased thing I've heard in a long time, just so that Eddie can make that face at the end of the fight and act like his fighter got robbed, which is what he was doing. So when you saw the banter back and forth, I do agree that they are friendly, but I still feel like there's no love lost between them. It's kind of like frenemies. I would say they're frenemies more so than they're friends, because they take digs at each other. But, you know, those digs have a hint of truth in it. And so where Eddie's saying stuff like, oh, I'm shocked at how Madrimov could hit you so many times in just his 11th pro fight. It's like, come on, bro. You weren't saying that before the fight. Before the fight, you picked him to win. Before the fight, you said he was ready. Now, after the fight, you went from saying it was a robbery to saying you were surprised at how he could hit Terence Bud Crawford so easily. But it's also disingenuous, because if you look at Uzbekistan, they won a lot of gold medals in boxing. And Uzbekistan's a hotbed of boxing right now. They got a lot of great boxers. And their pride and joy from Uzbekistan was Madrimov. So if you understand the sport, like people say, you understand that Madrimov was a real talent. Madrimov was the real deal. And like Crawford said, he had the pleasure of knowing who Madrimov was a long time ago, because they were bragging about him even back then. Make no mistake about it. If Madrimov would have beat Terence Bud Crawford, they would have been throwing a parade in his country. His whole country would have been outside. It would have been the most glorious thing. Terence Bud Crawford beats Madrimov, and they act like, oh, you got lucky. Well, we should throw a parade for Terence Bud Crawford the way he did Madrimov. He dominated Madrimov. But this is the point. There's a different standard for certain fighters, right? Madrimov can lose a close fight to Bud Crawford and still get praised for it. And Bud Crawford can win a fight, and some people perceive it as being close, and they say he's not that good. That's just the double standard that happens with some athletes, particularly on where they come from. But that's a different discussion from a different day. The point is, Terence Bud Crawford beat Eddie Hearn's fighters. He's 5-0 against Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn is the best promoter in the business at getting his fighters beat or letting fighters leave. That just is what it is. Now, I know some people are going to be like, oh, this is the hate, blah, blah, blah. But facts are facts. Okay? Another one bites the dust when it comes to Eddie Hearn.
Let us know how you feel in the comment section. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. I'm the Commissioner Trill Dollar Bill. That's my brother, Caden. Hopefully, y'all giving an apology. It's LLG for life. You already know who you rocking with. It's the Mighty Mighty Boxing Bros. You be bailing the dudes out. You be bailing the